Hi there, everybody. My name is Michael, and I'm just a Kansas boy. Today, I wanted to learn a little bit about the Midsummer Festival in Sweden. I'm a little bit familiar with it because there's actually a lot of Swedish heritage around where I grew up in Kansas, and so some of the towns had festivals that included some Swedish culture traditions, things like Dala horses and Maypoles, and I remember as a child growing up and watching kids wrap the Maypole in my hometown. And so I'm a bit familiar with it, but I don't know much. So I'm going to watch a short video. Before we do that, I want to read a little bit more about it so we have a bit more context. Okay, this is from the visitsweden.com website, and it talks about how midsummer it's on the summer solstice. It's a celebration of the summer solstice. And from the late Middle Ages, Swedes began raising and dancing around a midsummer pole. The midsummer night was considered a time of magic and mystery, when plants acquired healing powers and were used to predict the future. Wearing a wreath of flowers in your hair is an old symbol of rebirth and fertility. To preserve the flowers' magic throughout the year, bouquets were dried and sometimes placed in the Christmas bath to keep the family healthy through the long, cold winter. And then, of course, with any festival, you're going to have a lot of foods, eating and drinking. Apparently, the must-haves for a midsummer celebration are fresh potatoes, pickled herring, aquavit, and strawberries. When combined, they'll give you a taste of real Swedish summer. I'm not sure about the pickled herring, but it also has a little bit of information about drinking songs, which is apparently also a big part of the Midsummer Festival. The most popular drinking song is Helan Gurur, The Whole Goes Down. If you don't drink the first one, you can't have the second. The meal is finished off with fresh strawberries served with whipped cream. Any Swede will tell you that Swedish strawberries are the best. Due to the long, bright, and cool spring nights, Swedish strawberries don't burn their sugar as quickly, making them sweeter. Oh. You can also enjoy them in a classic strawberry cake. Okay, now that I'm even hungrier than before, except for the pickled herring, that is, let's take a look at the video and see what we can learn.
Time to forget about Swedish minimalism and embrace our pagan roots. It's midsummer. Marking the official start of summer, midsummer is one of Sweden's most important holidays. This is a celebration you don't want to miss. Let me give you a few pointers on how to get the most out of your Swedish midsummer experience. This is a day when we can let our hair down, laugh a little too loud, and dance like no one is watching. So,
Is the frog dance an actual thing? I've heard of it. I've heard of it before, but I thought it was a joke. I don't know.
laugh a little too loud, and dance like no one is watching. So, if you want to truly take part in the celebration, join us as we dance and hop around the Maypole and do the small frogs dance.
Apparently it is.
The
There's the
midsummer
strawberries.
meal is something we Swedes look forward to all year long. Pickled herring, buttery new potatoes with dill, cured
Hang on.
pickled herring.
Okay, in this context, the pickled herring doesn't look as revolting as I expected it would. It actually looks kind of good. It looks like it's got a creamy sauce with veggies and herbs. Maybe I could be convinced to try it someday. Maybe.
Buttery new potatoes with dill, cured salmon, and strawberries and cream. Go on, dig into this summertime smorgasbord. No one's judging you. You might think vodka is our national spirit, but it's the flavored aquavit called snaps that is part of our holiday celebrations. However,
Must be pretty strong.
just as important as the snaps are the snapsvisor, or drinking songs.
Snapsvisor.
Join in as we sing some of our favorites like Helan går, which means drink the whole thing.
Helan går.
Skål!
Skål. I actually got the pronunciation almost right. I looked it up to make sure.
If you're still on the hunt for that special someone, make sure to pick 7 flowers and place them under your pillow after the day's festivities have ended. Folklore says you'll then dream of your true love.
Look at that. That's
Now
beautiful.
that I've told you all you need to know to make the most out of your midsummer celebrations, you are ready to join the fun. Practice your frog dance, brush up on your snapsvisor, and we'll see you soon.
Very nice. Okay, well, we learned a little bit more. Some of that stuff was in there that I read about, and I was surprised that they didn't talk about wrapping the maypole. That was something that we did in my hometown as part of our May Day celebration in spring. So I don't know if that's something that we changed or that was just not part of the video. But there is a town fairly close to where I grew up. It's called Lindsborg, Kansas. And the town is very small, a population of about 3,700 people. But it's known as Little Sweden, USA. It has a very strong Swedish heritage, and they've embraced that. Every other year, every odd year, they have something in the fall called the Svensk Hyllningsfest, or the Swedish-American Festival, and it's in October, every odd-numbered year. So it's not this year, 2024, but they will have one next year in 2025. They have a lot of dancing and Swedish foods, arts and crafts, and a lot of people dress in Swedish clothing. Unfortunately, I've never been myself, even though it's not too far from where I grew up. I really want to go now, especially now that I'm learning more about the Swedish and Nordic traditions and history and all of that. So maybe next year I'll go and enjoy that. One of the biggest things I do remember about Lindsborg growing up is that my parents used to take my brother and I there, and we would go to the toy store. They had an old-fashioned toy store with lots of handmade toys, and it was so much fun to go there and see all of that. So that's all I got for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, let me know in the comments any things that you want to add, anything you'd like to share. I'm always open to suggestions, and I hope that all of you will stay curious and learn something new every day. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.